We offer you deep historical information from history on YouTube channel. Subscribe. Now don't forget to turn on notifications. The Tapestry of Russian History, a saga of empires, revolutions, and resilience. The genesis of a nation, the Kievan Rus, 862-1240. The birth of Russian civilization can be traced back to the 9th century, when a group of Viking traders and warriors, known as the Varangians, established a foothold in the eastern Slavic lands along the Dnieper River. Under the leadership of Rurik, a Varangian chieftain, the Varangians founded the first Russian state, the Kievan Rus, in 862. The Kievan Rus rapidly expanded its territory, incorporating vast swaths of land from the Baltic Sea to the Black Sea. Its rulers, known as Grand Princes, consolidated their power through military conquest and diplomatic alliances. The most famous Grand Prince, Vladimir the Great, embraced Christianity in 988, a pivotal moment that laid the foundation for the Orthodox Christian faith in Russia. During the Kievan Rus period, Russia experienced a flourishing of culture and trade. The city of Kiev became a major center of commerce and learning, attracting merchants and scholars from across Europe. The Rus also made significant contributions to art and architecture, creating magnificent cathedrals and monasteries that showcased their artistic prowess. 2. The Tatar yoke and the rise of Moscow, 1240, 1547. In the 13th century, the Kievan Rus faced a fateful challenge, the Mongol invasion. Led by Genghis Khan, the Mongol hordes swept through Russia, sacking Kiev and other major cities. The Rus were subjugated and forced to pay tribute to the Mongols, a period known as the Tatar Yoki. Under the Tatar yoke, Russia endured centuries of oppression and economic stagnation. However, the Mongol invasion also had a transformative impact on Russian society. It spurred the rise of Moscow, a small principality that gradually emerged as the center of Russian resistance to the Mongols. Over time, Moscow's leaders, known as Grand Dukes, skillfully expanded their territory and influence. By the 15th century, Moscow had become the dominant power in Russia, preparing the ground for the establishment of a centralized Russian state. The Tsardom of Russia, 1547-1721. In 1547, Ivan IV, known as Ivan the Terrible, ascended to the throne of Moscow. A ruthless and ambitious ruler, Ivan embarked on a mission to consolidate the Russian state and expand its boundaries. He crowned himself Tsar, or Emperor, marking the beginning of the Tsardom of Russia. During Ivan's reign, Russia underwent a period of rapid territorial expansion. He conquered Kazan and Astrakhan, bringing the Volga River region under Russian control. He also initiated the Siberian conquests, pushing Russian explorers and Cossacks eastward across vast expanses of territory. Despite his military successes, Ivan's reign was marred by tyranny and violence. He established the Oprichnina, a secret police force that terrorized his opponents and decimated the nobility. Ivan's paranoia and cruelty earned him the moniker, the Terrible. 4. The Romanov dynasty and the Age of Enlightenment, 1613-1796. After a period of turmoil known as the Time of Troubles, the Romanov dynasty ascended to the throne in 1613. The Romanovs ruled Russia for over 300 years, presiding over a period of significant political, economic, and cultural transformation. Peter the Great, 1682-1725, was one of the most influential Romanov rulers. Inspired by the Enlightenment ideas of Western Europe, Peter embarked on a comprehensive modernization program. He reformed the Russian army and navy, founded new cities, and encouraged the development of science and education. Peter's reforms had a profound impact on Russian society, bringing Russia closer to the cultural and technological standards of Europe. The Russian Empire, 1721-1917. Under Peter the Great, Russia was declared an empire in 1721, signifying its status as a major European power. The Russian Empire continued to expand its territory, conquering vast areas of Central Asia and the Caucasus. It also played a pivotal role in European politics, participating in numerous wars and alliances. Throughout the 18th and 19th centuries, Russia experienced a golden age of culture and literature. Great works of art, music, and literature flourished, including the works of Alexander Pushkin, Ivan Turgenev, and Leo Tolstoy. Russian scientists also made significant contributions to fields such as chemistry and mathematics. Revolution and Civil War, 1917–1922. The Russian Empire was brought to an abrupt end by the Russian Revolution of 1917. Sparked by widespread discontent over the government's handling of World War I, the revolution led to the overthrow of the monarchy and the establishment of a Soviet republic. The Bolshevik Party, led by Vladimir Lenin, seized power in the October Revolution of 1917. The Bolsheviks instituted a radical program of economic and social reform, including the nationalization of industry and the collectivization of agriculture. The transition to Soviet rule was accompanied by a bloody civil war that lasted from 1918 to 1922. The Bolsheviks, known as the Reds, fought against a coalition of anti-Soviet forces, known as the Whites. The war was marked by intense violence and brutality, resulting in the deaths of millions of people. 7. The Soviet Union, 1922–1991. In the aftermath of the Civil War, the Bolsheviks established the Union of Soviet Socialist Republics, USSR, in 1922. The USSR was a vast and powerful state that stretched from the Baltic Sea to the Pacific Ocean. Under the leadership of Joseph Stalin, the USSR underwent a rapid process of industrialization and collectivization. Stalin's policies were ruthlessly implemented, leading to widespread suffering and the deaths of millions of people through forced labor and famine. Despite the immense human cost, Stalin's industrialization drive transformed the Soviet economy into one of the largest and most powerful in the world. The USSR also emerged as a major military superpower, playing a decisive role in the Allied victory in World War II. 8. The Cold War and the Space Race, 1945–1991. After World War II, the USSR and the United States emerged as the dominant global superpowers. The two countries engaged in a tense ideological and geopolitical rivalry known as the Cold War. The Cold War was characterized by arms races, proxy wars, and intense diplomatic competition. It also witnessed a technological race, with both the USSR and the United States vying for supremacy in the field of space exploration. The Soviet Union achieved a major milestone in the space race with the launch of Sputnik, the first artificial satellite to orbit Earth in 1957. This event sparked a wave of concern and competition in the United States, leading to increased investment in space exploration. Perestroika and Glasnost, 1985–1991. In the 1980s, under the leadership of Mikhail Gorbachev, the USSR embarked on a series of reforms aimed at revitalizing the Soviet economy and addressing the growing discontent among the population. These reforms, known as perestroika, restructuring, and glasnost, openness, led to a relaxation of political and economic controls. However, perestroika and glasnost inadvertently contributed to the collapse of the communist regime. The loosening of political controls allowed for the expression of dissent and the emergence of nationalist movements in the non-Russian republics of the USSR. The dissolution of the Soviet Union, 1991. In December 1991, the Soviet Union officially dissolved, marking the end of 74 years of Soviet rule. The USSR was divided into 15 independent republics, including the Russian Federation. The dissolution of the Soviet Union had a profound impact on the world order. It led to the end of the Cold War and the emergence of a unipolar world dominated by the United States. Post-Soviet Russia, 1991–present. The post-Soviet era in Russia has been marked by significant political, economic, and social challenges. The transition to a market economy led to widespread unemployment, poverty, and corruption. In 1999, Vladimir Putin ascended to the presidency of Russia. Putin has been a dominant figure in Russian politics since then, serving as president or prime minister for most of the 21st century. Under Putin's leadership, Russia has experienced a period of relative economic growth and stability. However, Putin's regime has also been criticized for its authoritarian tendencies and its suppression of political dissent. In recent years, Russia has once again emerged as a major player on the world stage. It has intervened in conflicts in Ukraine, Syria, and elsewhere, and has been involved in diplomatic disputes with the United States and its allies. Conclusion. The history of Russia is a tapestry of empires, revolutions, and resilience. From its humble beginnings as a Viking trading post to its status as a global superpower, Russia has undergone a remarkable transformation. The Russian people have demonstrated an extraordinary capacity for both endurance and innovation, shaping the course of world history in the process. As we delve into the future, Russia will undoubtedly continue to play a significant role in international affairs. Its rich history, vast resources, and strategic location make it a nation with immense potential and influence. Understanding the complexities of Russian history is essential for navigating the challenges and opportunities of the 21st century. We offer you deep historical information from History on YouTube channel. Subscribe. Now don't forget to turn on notifications.